Have you ever wondered why certain memories from childhood feel completely inaccessible, as if they've been locked away behind some invisible barrier? There's something interesting happening in our collective awareness, a systematic erasure of knowledge that goes far beyond normal forgetting. We're talking about a deliberate programming that disconnects us from our cosmic heritage, our true origins as multidimensional beings. The ancient Gnostics understood this phenomenon intimately. They spoke of archons, entities that govern material reality and actively suppress human awareness of divine source. These weren't metaphorical concepts to them, they described actual forces working to maintain what they called the veil, barriers, strategically placed between humanity and gnosis, that direct knowing of our cosmic nature. What makes this particularly intriguing is how this programming operates through multiple layers simultaneously. Language itself becomes a limiting code. Think about how alphabets reduce the infinite complexity of reality into finite symbols, forcing our awareness to process existence through predetermined categories. Esoteric linguistics suggests that original languages, what some traditions call Adam-Kadmon or angelic tongues, allowed direct access to universal wisdom before being intentionally fragmented. The Tower of Babel story takes on new meaning when viewed through this lens. Was this mythological event actually describing a deliberate linguistic programming designed to scatter human consciousness, making it impossible for us to communicate our cosmic memories to each other? But the programming goes further than language. Consider the Saturn-Moon matrix hypothesis proposed by awareness researchers. They suggest these planetary bodies emit specific frequencies that interfere with human awareness on Earth, creating an artificial matrix that induces amnesia regarding our multidimensional origins. While this might sound far-fetched, indigenous cultures worldwide have maintained oral traditions describing how celestial bodies influence human awareness in ways mainstream science refuses to acknowledge. The Aboriginal Australians speak of dreamtime beings descending from stars, maintaining detailed cosmological knowledge through ritual storytelling that resists imposed amnesia. The Hopi describe emergence from other worlds, preserving memories of cosmic migration that conventional anthropology dismisses as mythology. These aren't primitive superstitions, they're sophisticated memory preservation systems designed to counter systematic forgetting. Even our birth process might be part of this programming mechanism. Certain mystics describe physical birth trauma as triggering soul-level shock that results in immediate loss of pre-birth memory. The biological trauma of entering dense matter creates a natural amnesia barrier reinforced by the overwhelming sensory input of physical existence. This connects to what Plato called anamnesis, the idea that all learning is recollection from past lives and that forgetting occurs at birth due to immersion into matter. But what if this forgetting is not natural? What if it's been artificially amplified through systematic programming? The evidence appears in unexpected places. Neuroscience confirms that trauma can induce dissociative amnesia, but similar mechanisms might operate on collective levels through cultural trauma narratives embedded within educational and media systems. We are taught to dismiss our cosmic memories as imagination while being conditioned to accept materialist explanations that deny our multidimensional nature. Ancient Egyptian texts describe elaborate rituals designed to help souls remember their true nature after death. The entire Book of the Dead serves as a memory recovery manual, suggesting that forgetting our cosmic identity creates a reincarnation cycle perpetuated by amnesia. These weren't primitive death fears, they were sophisticated technologies for awareness preservation. The programming operates through what we might call consensus reality enforcement. Social media algorithms now reinforce predetermined worldviews while marginalizing alternative cosmologies, creating a digital veil that perpetuates programmed forgetfulness at unprecedented scale. We're witnessing the evolution of amnesia induction from metaphysical to technological. Yet something interesting is happening. The growing popularity of past life regression therapy reflects a collective yearning for reconnection with forgotten aspects beyond our current life narrative. People are becoming dissatisfied with reductionist worldviews promoted by mainstream culture, sensing that something essential has been hidden from them. Recent government admissions regarding unidentified aerial phenomena have reignited public curiosity about extraterrestrial ancestry theories, long dismissed by orthodox science but preserved within esoteric circles. Could these disclosures be controlled releases designed to manage awakening awareness rather than genuine revelation? The programming mechanisms show themselves when we examine how memory suppression operates. Childhood amnesia affects most people's ability to recall early experiences due to neurological development, but anomalous cases report vivid pre-birth memories under hypnosis or during near-death experiences. This suggests that memory capacity exists but is being systematically blocked. Hinduism and Buddhism frame worldly existence as Maya illusion that obscures true self-realization. But their practices like yoga are designed specifically for remembrance, smriti, rather than mere enlightenment. These traditions understood that we haven't forgotten how to remember, we've been programmed to forget that we can remember. The programming targets our relationship with symbols and sacred geometry. Ancient cultures encoded cosmic knowledge into geometric patterns, architectural structures, and symbolic systems that could trigger subconscious recognition in future generations. When we engage with these symbols today, something stirs, a resonance with lost knowledge that the programming tries to suppress. This creates an interesting paradox. The same forces that program us to forget also preserve the keys to remembrance. Perhaps because complete erasure would destroy the awareness they were trying to control. They need us conscious enough to generate energy and creativity, but unconscious enough to remain compliant. Dreamwork becomes a powerful tool for bypassing these programs. Dreams operate outside normal awareness filters, allowing suppressed memories tied to cosmic identity to surface. Recording and analyzing dream content can reveal patterns that point toward our true origins, memories that the waking mind has been programmed to dismiss. Meditative regression techniques work similarly, using deep states to bypass conscious filters and access pre-incarnational memories. These practices suggest that our cosmic memories aren't destroyed. They are simply inaccessible through normal awareness states that have been programmed to focus exclusively on material reality. The programming also operates through what we might call spiritual materialism. The co-opting of genuine spiritual practices into ego enhancement systems that keep us focused on personal advancement rather than cosmic remembrance. We're encouraged to collect spiritual experiences like trophies while being subtly directed away from practices that might restore our cosmic memory. This explains why genuine mystical traditions emphasize surrender and ego dissolution rather than accumulation of spiritual powers. They understood that the programming operates through the very sense of separate self that seeks spiritual advancement. True remembrance requires releasing the programmed identity that thinks it needs to remember something. The programming creates layers of false memories and identities that keep us searching in the wrong directions. Endless seeking that never arrives at the knowing that was always present but systematically obscured. What becomes clear is that this programming operates across multiple dimensions simultaneously: biological, psychological, social, linguistic, and even metaphysical. Breaking free requires understanding how these layers interact and reinforce each other, creating a comprehensive amnesia system that feels completely natural to those trapped within it. The most sophisticated aspect of this programming is how it makes us complicit in our own forgetting. We police each other's memories, dismissing cosmic experiences as delusion while reinforcing materialist explanations that deny our multidimensional nature. We become agents of our own amnesia, convinced we're being rational and scientific. Yet the programming contains its own antidote. The very fact that we can recognize these patterns, that something within us rebels against the systematic forgetting, suggests that our cosmic nature cannot be completely suppressed. The remembrance is always trying to break through, waiting for awareness to recognize the programming and choose genuine cosmic identity over imposed limitation. This recognition itself becomes the beginning of deprogramming, not through complex techniques or esoteric practices, but through the simple acknowledgement that we are far more than we've been programmed to believe, and that our cosmic origins remain accessible once we stop accepting the limitations that were never real. The moment you stepped into this physical realm, something extraordinary happened, and I mean something that would make the most sophisticated amnesia protocol look like child's play. You experienced what ancient traditions call the shock of incarnation, a trauma, so that it severed your conscious connection to the cosmic library you once accessed freely. Think about how a computer gets wiped clean when it crashes. Your birth was that crash, but infinitely more complex.